What's up guys, Just Smash the Boss here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we'll be reviewing the Dell G5 Special Edition by Dell. This laptop comes with a Ryzen 7 4800H, an RX 5600M, 16 gigs of RAM. Finally we are seeing 16 gigs in budget gaming laptops, a 512 gig SK Hynix SSD, and NVMe obviously, and a 120Hz IPS screen, of course. Now this laptop may seem like a steal for its price, however there are some fatal drawbacks that this laptop has. In this deep analysis of the Dell G5, we'll be looking at the ports, the battery life, the screen, the keyboard, the troubles I had, the cooling, the sounds the fans made, and certain unique aspects that this laptop has over similarly priced laptops. First of all, let's look at the CPU. This laptop comes with the Ryzen 7 4800H. It is an 8-core 16-thread CPU and can clock up to 4.2 GHz. Words can't describe how advanced Ryzen is versus Intel, so this is extremely good price for $990. Now onto the GPU. This laptop comes with an RX 5600M and it has 6GB of VRAM. Just before we get onto the ports, I'd like to make a comment on the power brick I got with this laptop.
Oh, it's connected. It is. Look at that. What the fuck? It's like a whole fucking hand.
That aside, let's talk about the ports. On the left side, from left to right, there is a charging port, mini display port output, HDMI. Those both go with the RX 5600M, USB 3.0, Ethernet, and USB Type-C. On the right side, there's a SD card reader, there's a headphone mic jack, there's two USB 2.0 ports, and a Kensington lock. One great thing to mention is that this laptop has a lot of ports aimed at creators and content creators or whatever. However, there are two USB 2.0 ports, which is not that good. The Dell G5 comes with a unassuming, not that good 51 watt-hour battery, as you can see on the bottom. But surprisingly, this laptop is amazing. And I've seen instances where it can last for up to 12 hours, but that is 100% due to Ryzen and how unpower hungry it is. However, results may vary, so keep that in mind. Now onto the 120Hz screen. At max brightness, this screen is 235 nits max, and the sRGB coverage is 64%, which means that it's not that color accurate, which means that the colors aren't as vibrant, but for gamers it's enough.
The camera quality of the Dell G5 Special Edition. I can't show my face because it's not 100 subscribers, but here you go.
So onto the keyboard. This keyboard does not have any RGB and it comes with red lighting, but there is an option for full zone RGB if you really need that.
The LED backlit turns off after a while, however this can be changed within the BIOS. Let's do a type test. This is the arrow keys. This is tab. Shift. Turn on sticky keys. Whoops. W. A. S. D. This is a touchpad. It's a good enough touchpad. Spacebar. Backspace. Now let's do a general typing test. I gotta turn off my speakers. Whoops.
Now, every single one of my laptops that I've ever reviewed always had this one problem. They always had 8 gigs of RAM. I'm looking at you, Asus Tough, FX55DT. I'm gonna do a follow-up video. This is the reason why I have this laptop. But thankfully, this laptop comes with 16 gigs of RAM straight out the box, which is really useful for dual channel. Now onto storage. This laptop comes pre-installed with 512 gigs of SSD power. This may be different for different people. So because some people get a hard drive with theirs, some people get a 90 whatever battery, so this does vary a lot. So make sure to check what you're buying before you buy it. But my laptop came with 512 gigs of SSD. The Dell G5 Special Edition is a gaming laptop, which means it has fans. Let's give it a test. Fortunately, it does take a little bit of time for these fans kicking. This is mainly due to Alienware Command Center and how incompetent it is. There you are. There you are. This is right next to the screen. Just imagine this is what it sounds like if you're just sitting away from it, like playing games. This is right next to it. So it's relatively loud, but it's pretty quiet. But this lack of cooling does create a very, very hot laptop, which creates many more problems, such as longevity. This laptop usually runs at a maximum of 90 to 100 degrees. It used to, not anymore. But instead of running at 100 degrees, it now CPU thermal throttles and GPU thermal throttles, which gives it less performance, which is quite appalling. Frankly, I'm not sure if this is like, you can just do this, but it would be great if you can make the fans faster, but yeah, I guess you're gonna have to live with it. I recommend putting something under it so that it'll keep it cooler. This will help the device's longevity, it will be much better. However, not all laptops are perfect, and this is one such victim. The amount of blue screens I had was appalling. Just random, just doing my schoolwork. Blue screen of death here and there. It's really irritating. Another key point out is the obvious overheating issues I had with this laptop. Before I just put it like on the desk, just normally, I thought this would be enough, but obviously it was not. And due to a prolonged, aka 1 month of use, my pre-installed SSD pretty much killed itself, which I'm disgusted by. It is the worst thing I've ever experienced. Just imagine losing all of your games, just everything. You have to reinstall every single thing. This was the most irritating part of this laptop. Another key problem is the lack of upgrades for a hard drive, even though there is clearly space for one. Dell does not give you a single screw or a ribbon cable, anything to plug in. Instead, they give you 2 SSD slots. One is already taken, by the way, and that's literally it. Now, here's a clear takeaway. Would I recommend this laptop? If you can find this laptop for a really, really cheap price, maybe it could be recommended. But if you want a laptop that gets really hot, has decent performance for price, lacks basic longevity, and you have a decent cooling setup, then yeah, I would recommend this laptop. But for every other person, this laptop would not be recommended. I recommend staying well clear from this laptop so you don't face the problems I did with this rubbish, terrible laptop. Although this laptop sucks, I'll still do gaming benchmarks on it because it has a graphics card, and yeah, thank you for watching.